Hello everyone, welcome to Singapore then. And well, it's our last time we're going to be in Singapore on this game then because and it is the Bronze Championship. Round number 17 here tonight, and it's going to be a brutal one to say the least, isn't it? I hope you've all had a lovely Tuesday. And of course, I certainly, well, not all of you have had a lovely Tuesday, have you? Because it's been a bit of a difficult one for any of you Virgin Media guys out there, guys and girls out there. Goodness gracious me, it's been a proper testing time, hasn't it? And we was unsure if the race was going to go ahead about 45 minutes ago, but I think that we are cautiously optimistic, but we always seem to have issues on a Tuesday night in Bronze, don't we? It's the curse of the Tuesday, isn't it? But hopefully we'll see how this race goes. And to be honest, it's the longest race of the season as well, isn't it? So it's quite typical, really, isn't it? If this race is postponed because of the Virgin Media issues, then we will reschedule for next Tuesday. Of course, we do have a break week next week, don't we? Of course, for Easter mainly. So before I go, happy Easter then, which I'll probably forget by the time I end the stream later tonight then, but there we go. Might be a bit premature, but what can I say? But yes, it is time for the Singapore Grand Prix. Of course, the night race. And we are in the Land of the Rising Sun tomorrow night with Alex for the 100% league. So that'll be very good indeed. But however, tonight is Singapore night. Before we get into anything else, a happy 30th Grand Prix start for Boxtel on Sunday. I forgot to mention that shamefully. So yeah, Boxtel's 30th Grand Prix start in gold. He finished second in the end, so he didn't celebrate it with a win. However, what I did notice when I was just having a quick look at his stats a minute ago is that he's very close to the legendary Emerson Hilton. In terms of like Emerson Hilton, I think was just over 1/3 of his race that he started. Boxtel is just over that as well at the moment. Now with I think he's got like 30 starts with 9 Grand Prix wins or something like that. It's absolutely ridiculous. Very impressive stuff indeed there. And of course, also happy 50th Grand Prix start in silver for Favre. Favre's overall ALR starts, I think, is well over the 100s. Very similar to Serious Mushroom. But in terms of starts for Favre last night, it was his 50th start there. And I'm sure he celebrated very heavily. Not the Grand Prix itself, because he had a pretty nightmare race, didn't he, last time out in Singapore. Unfortunately, he was up as high as third, but it just went a bit awry then, didn't it? Unfortunately for Favre. But yes, this is Bronze tonight. Welcome. We'll quickly go through the updated drivers and constructors standings for you as we get into this one. And it is Bronze at the moment now. Remember, last time out, it is Jinu who won the race and narrowed the gap down to 36 points between himself and Dynamo Dan. The gap between themselves and New Potato is currently 65 points. New Potato unfortunately unable to race here tonight then. But of course, hopefully New Potato will be back after Easter. Serious Mushroom has found a beautiful parking space there, which I think he's trying to get himself disqualified there. Hopefully New Potato's back after Easter then, but tonight is a potentially Echo could jump New Potato and go to third, and the promotion spots in the Drivers' Championship. Then can Echo do that? Same with Serious Mushroom as well. He's only 9 points away from New Potato, and also in chance to get into the promotions place as well for silver. Fantastic. TK on board of the American driver now. He's going over the grid. Hutchins out. Currently, he's on 87 points, 23 points away from his teammate Serious Mushroom. That's how good Haas have been this season. Marski, 7th position. Hungry Stars, brilliant drive for Hungry Stars has been. There's so many good drivers. So many drivers that really deserve driver of the season. It's going to be a tough awards in Bronze, I think. 9th position, Sickest Mac, who's 10 points in front of his teammate D Mac as well. In the Constructors' Championship, Alpine leads on 120 points from the Ferrari team, who are in second. Haas are in third position then on 46. We're on board the Haas team now. Alfa Romeo are currently fourth. They're 8 points away from the Haas team, and 2 points away from the Alfa Romeo team is the other Alfa team of the Alfa Tauri in 5th position there. Red Bull are in 6th position, 37 points away from the Alfa Tauri. Mercedes 2 points away from the Red Bull team. Williams are in 8th position. Aston Martin 9th, from McLaren 63 points away from the Aston Martin in 10th position. And unfortunately, the lowest points tally ever in ALR history, in any ALR history championship for McLaren at the moment. They need to get that Need to get that sorted out pronto, I would say then. In the joint constructors then, it is as you were really. It's very balanced in the joint constructors at the moment. AlphaTauri and Aston Martin seems to be taking points out of each other here and there. The beginning of the week is AlphaTauri that are usually stronger than the Aston Martin, and the end of the week is usually the Aston Martin that are stronger than the AlphaTauri. But whatever the gap remains, is still 114 points, which is 1 point less than it was this time last week, I think it was. So yeah, AlphaTauri and Aston Martin, the only two teams that have actually got into the quadruple figures as well. And the joint constructors, pretty impressive stuff indeed. Talking of impressive, TK of 39.3 on the medium compound tyres here. Oh, very good stuff indeed. We've got, I'll read the comments out of a minute because that's tickled me. Jinner's ghosted. Itemizer has gone fastest so far on a 38.803 in the Alpine car 32. Remember, on his debut there, Itemizer won his debut in Belgium, didn't he? And I've got to say, it's going to be very tough for him to really emulate that for the rest of his career, but he's certainly doing a great job. Echo has gone second fastest moment. Echo, of course, been keeping us up to date with the Virgin Media issues, but Echo, lovely helmet design here, very much yourself. I think that's a 2008 Fernando Alonso inspired crash helmet there from Echo. I do love a good helmet. Jinner in third position, and then TK down in fourth. Vintage his 41st Grand Prix starts tonight, and he is homing in on that record held by Ayrton and Camera Race for the most starts in bronze history. I don't think he's going to get tonight though. I don't think he's going to get this season. Lovely helmet from Collins. He's currently 7th and 1 in Marski 8, but Kiki has gone faster, and Kiki in the McLaren team welcoming back to the full-time race seat. Of course, he had full-time race seat last week as well, but Kiki fastest by 10th for a second. He's very good in qualifying. He's just struggled in the races so far. D-Mac and Sickersmack out on circuit. Sickersmack are on board with the Mercedes drive now. Of course, just about in the top 10 at the moment. And Collins is unfortunately out of the race. He's come a cropper at turn 8, unfortunately. That is not good there for Collins. And let's go on board. And what's up? Oh, goodness me. He's gone into the Tech Pro at turn 8. That's a very unusual crash there, isn't it? I wonder if Collins must have been changing something on the steering wheel, because that's a very unusual place to crash there, isn't it, for Collins? Unfortunately, we've got yellow flags in the final corner as well. Brooksy's in bad area, so I'm just going to stay with D-Mac for a minute. Anyway, carry on with the joint construction then, whilst I quickly get all me bits and bobs out the way. Alpine then are currently 257 points away from the Aston Martin team. Haas 72 points away from the Alpine, but McLaren are only 2 points away from the Haas. McLaren and Haas have been yo-yoing around all over this week and last week, so I've been keeping a very close eye on that battle for 4th and 5th, and the joint constructors looking very interesting indeed. 6th position is the Ferrari team then on 87 points. 87 points behind the McLaren, I should say. Mercedes are in 8th position. They're 34 points away from the Ferrari. Red Bull are in 9th position. 10th is the Williams, and Alfa Romeo and Williams are having a good old scrap not to finish last in the joint constructors there. Both those two teams have struggled this season, but a great day last night though for great day last night for the Alfa Romeo team. I think that was one of their best combined results of the season. So good stuff indeed there for the Alfa Romeo team now. Here it comes. Brooksy there just going down where it used to be the Singapore Sling, which is not the Singapore Sling anymore, which I am very devastated by, but that's me, to be honest. And I'm not driving, and that's probably why. I would love to see the Singapore Sling back, but of course, well, maybe one day, because they have brought back the turn 13 and 14 formidable final 2 corners of Barcelona in Spain, so hopefully we can get something similar back as well. I highly doubt it, to be honest, but there we go. The OG AlphaTauri Cobalt team is back together in terms of AlphaTauri as Prime. I think that does he mean the Red Bull team? I think he does. We're on board with Prime Zealous now. Of course, he used to drive in the Cobalt Championship, didn't he? Prime Zealous did. Of course, he did a great job last night in Silver, and it's great to see Prime back in the car as well. But him and Brooksy, of course, former teammates there back in the Cobalt days. I think it was his first ever season of Cobalt as well, wasn't it? Way back then, of course. Prime's biggest claim to fame is that incredible race in the horrific conditions at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Absolutely great drive indeed there for Prime that day. Is it a wet race? Is the race wet or dry? Don't trust the game then. Serious Russian saying neither, as it's probably night time then. Is Dynamo Dan is not impressed with that comment there from Serious Mushroom. Goodness gracious me. I love on board Swan Shanks at the moment. Love the helmet design. Hello, happy Easter and good luck, Kaz. Good luck, yes, indeed, Kaz. Of course, Kaz has driven in all 3 races so far. He's had a busy week, hasn't he, Kaz? Has in the Aston Martin, and hopefully, and he's done very well as well in gold. He did a great job in gold and silver. Swan Shanks has had a glancing blow at the barrier. And that's surely going to result in some damage for the Alfa Romeo. Lovely pirouette there from Swan Shanks. 10 out of 10 for Grace, but unfortunately, it's not done him too well on the timing sheet. So unfortunately, he is down in 12th position. He might have to come back to the pits, and I'm wondering, is he damaged something else on the car? Because he's struggling to get going there. And Alfa Romeo are going to be looking very concerned at this stage, because he's getting going. He's very gingerly getting going as well, isn't he? As we've had a driver just be added in somewhere along. Oh no, here's sloppy seconds. We've got Duncan Dave there, who is just on a circuit, and here comes Kaz as well. Serious Russia Becker will get drawn to season. To be honest, she will, just for her 2 Grand Prix. We just had a car teleport on and off the circuit. Kaz going 8 fastest. Good time indeed there for Kaz. Of course, if you don't know the backstory, that is a Duncan Dave going in a beautiful 5th position. I'm loving that from Duncan Dave. Looking strong as an ox there in the Aston Martin. Great stuff indeed. If you don't know the backstory, of course, someone, a ginger fellow, decided to award a reserve driver, Welshman Nada, with Driver of the Day in Britain there. Of course, the reserve drivers are not meant to be a part of the Driver of the Day award, are they? And it stole that accolade away from Serious Mushroom, which to be fair, he should be quite upset by, because that ginger guy doesn't know what he's doing. But to be fair, Beck had an absolutely incredible race in Silver, in Silverstone. Really did a good job indeed then. To be fair, she did deserve Driver of the Day, so there you go. But Serious Pressure was definitely a close second there. My game says dry, Dynamo Dan saying. I don't know to use dry or wet setups. Insane Dexter Sean, how much do you think Liverpool's going to win tonight then? If we don't win against Chelsea, we've also got that's from Dexter then, and Dynamo Dan saying same, haha. I'm gonna be honest, I am not feeling too positive. I kind of wish that Graham Potter was still there for this for this game, to be fair. And Item Izar, whilst I've been waffling on about Liverpool, Item Izar has done a 38-2 here, 800 seconds quicker than TK, who's been the mastermind of qualifying this season. He's only got 1 Grand Prix win. I say only. That was an incredible win in Zandvoort, but I feel that he probably should and could have more wins on the board there. Marski is not putting competitive time in just yet. Just watching Winnie, who returned to ALR last night in silver, did an absolutely splendid job, did Winnie, and I'm glad that Winnie's back. He's a very charming young man indeed, Winnie is, isn't there, in the McLaren Mercedes, and yes, I hope we can see him back full time next season, and it will certainly back full time for the remainder of the season. McLaren do need a bit of a boost, don't they, as they are really struggling at the moment there, and unfortunately we haven't got Scuba Stew here tonight, so Winnie has taken his place late on here as we come down Raffles Boulevard, yeah, but Winnie back in the car. I think he drove in Cobalt and a couple of times in Bronze as well, so it's great to see it. But yeah, I hope Liverpool win against Chelsea, but I gotta say, I don't have much hope, to be fair. It's been a pretty brutal season indeed. Goku will use a dry setup if it's raining. My race is over before it begins. Said Echo, holla. I don't trust this game. Goku is saying. Is that bulky? Let's go out to my side. Go get Don't bin it. Happy Easter, Sean. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll tag then. Yes, indeed. Happy Easter to all you guys as well. My favourite time of the year. It really is, because a chubby man like myself does enjoy a bit of chocolate every now and again. Well, when I say every now and again, almost every hour. Oh, it's Dynamo Dan. That's a very unusual spin for the championship leader, and 5 minutes to go. This is a long circuit. Dynamo Dan is under the caution now for the Ferrari team, and he is going to really have to put his toe down to get himself back to the pits. 5 minutes to go, and well, he might be able to do another time run here on these soft tyres, but I'm wondering if he got damaged. That was a very unusual spin now for Dynamo Dan, and he did touch the water, and I'm sure that he would have had damage from that. The knee wings are strong as anything, as strong as my body odor, I must say. But even with a glance below the wall, then with so much velocity on these cars, I think that Dynamite Dan is surely going to have some kind of damage then. As we've got Echo. I hope you like my helmet short. I do love your helmet, Echo. And of course, we've already had a peek of Echo's helmet, didn't we? Of course, the Fernando Alonso 2008 inspired crash helmet when Fernando Alonso was back in the Renault team, and of course that infamous race in Singapore where Fernando Alonso went on to win this race from, was it 16th or 15th from the grid? I can't remember. But of course, what we can remember is that at this turn right here, the Nelson Piquet turn, Piquet decided to crash on purpose, caused a safety car, and that helped Fernando Alonso pick up a win in that season. Then, goodness gracious me, ironically, a year later, Roman Grosjean crashed in that exact same part of the circuit after replacing Nelson Piquet, didn't he? In 2009 in practice, which is quite ironic, wasn't it? Into the pits comes Donovan down 3.5 minutes ago. He should be okay, shouldn't he? Must say, I don't know my P's and Q's, to be honest, but I'm sure he should be alright. We got Echo there just down the back straight, as we got a Red Bull of Brooksy down in 16th position as well. Brooksy has been on a bit of a better form, hasn't he there? But I think he would like to finish this season off as strong as he can. Prime, who did I replace? I forgot then. You have replaced New Potato, who's New Potato not here tonight. He's for in the championship, New Potato is. I can't wait to see New Potato back in the car next week. But of course, even as sad as we are that New Potato's not racing for us tonight, and I hope all is well for New Potato. Of course, I must admit, I do enjoy talking to New Potatoes on the podium now. It's one of my highlights of my week. That's fantastic. As much as we are sad to see New Potato not here tonight, however, we are very happy to see Prime Zealous back in ALR, and of course, hopefully he can get a good performance out of that Red Bull machine here tonight. There. Brooksy, because your teammate couldn't make it, so I'm reserving it. Who do I need to support? Game 5 when it's not racing tonight, unfortunately. Oh, that's a very good question then. I cannot, of course, I'm meant to be unbiased here, but remember, Alex is also meant to be unbiased as well last night, but remember, he told you all to vote for, Equals, didn't he? To be fair though, Alex had absolutely every right to say that to you guys, because to be fair, Equals did such a superlative job last night, didn't he? Absolutely brilliant stuff. The default setup down in right down the order there. He fell asleep in qualifying, didn't he, or something along those lines. Vintage has retired from the session. But absolutely, we got an Alpine off at the end of this straight there, and that's not good. Who is that? That's Itemizer, the pole sitter at the moment there, who's visiting the outside of the circuit. 1.5 minutes to go. That is not ideal there from Itemizer. Brooksy has done a 27-1 in the first sector. But yes, Equal's brilliant drive last night. Absolutely deserved driver of the day. Of course, you guys are just going to vote for him anyway, I think, because he was just absolutely magnificent, wasn't he? Same with Nigel as well. Nigel once again taking, I think that was his 8th Grand Prix in the season there for Silver. Nigel's been brilliant. Here comes Brooksy over the Anderson Bridge then, so good stuff indeed. We're just on the Raffles Boulevard, and Charles, what's the story with Gold? I missed it last time I was speaking to Troy, had a bad one. Well, Tourons from Troy's excellent standards, he did have a bad one. He finished 4th, which I think that any other driver you asked, that would have been absolutely fantastic. But Troy did finish 4th. But he did make a spin or two, didn't he? Out of turn 2 then, which I think did it cost him a podium? I think it did personally. But take nothing away from Vesey, who drove a superlative race that day, didn't he? He was definitely deserving of driver of the day. Troy's teammate then, Percy, won the race there with Boxtal in 2nd position, and and it's starting to really light up that gold championship. But this is bronze tonight, and Brooksy has got pole position there by 0.2 of a second there so far. As we've now got him across the line thick and fast. Itemizer has just finished this lap as well. So his TK Jinner has gone pole position, and is the first driver to dip into the 37.8. That great time indeed there for Jinner, as the checker flag is going to just be blowing in the Singapore breeze, and the not too distant future. Swanshanks invalidated his time, and that's it. Oh, he's also had a glancing blow, and he is spun there. And we'll save Swanshanks blushes there. And we're going to stick with Kaz. He's 5,000 seconds down, but he's invalidated his time. So unfortunately, we're going to have to go on. Duncan Dave also got issues as well. Both Aston Martin said are not going to improve on this one, unfortunately. What about Marsky then flicking it through into turn 17 and 18? These a couple of turns will not be on the course next season if it passes homologation, if that's the word. I'm not too sure, to be honest. Well, if it gets the go-ahead anyway. Styles in 18th position, and that is it. And Kaz is 13th position, that is it. Swanshanks is 10th, and Duncan Davis 7th position. Those are the only positions, apart from Sloppy Seconds and Serious Version that has been locked in. Here comes Marsky across the line, 10 passes for the Alpine driver. Nope, I've got the wrong A. It is the AlphaTauri car. Here comes Keek, 8/10 of a second up. Golly gosh, this man is going for pole position. McLaren needs it up, and he's done it. Fantastic, 700 of a second there, and he is on pole position. What about the championship leader, Dynamo Dan? He had a nightmare, didn't he? But a couple of minutes ago, and he's 13th fastest. That is appalling for the championship leader. He is down in 13th position, unlucky for some, maybe unlucky for the championship leader as well. Itemizer across the line, only 4th fastest there. TK, only 5th fastest. We usually see him there late on there. Really spring a surprise. Prime Zealous is down in 15th position as well. What about Sickus Muck there? 7/10 of a second up, Sickus Muck. That's in the top 10. That's 7th finish on the grid. Magnificent. Oh my goodness me, that's a Beyblade in the background. And D-Mac is down in 9th position there in the second Mercedes. My goodness gracious me, winning there. 42 seconds down, and he's not going to improve his time there. But McLaren and Kiki, pole position then for the second time in this season then for Kiki. I think it's the second time in a row as well, if I'm not very much mistaken. Oh, magnificent stuff indeed there. No, it isn't. He got in Britain, actually. Goodness gracious me, I'm just making up as I go along, isn't it? But McLaren are going to be overjoyed at that. And that is McLaren's first pole position of their season. Really well done to Kiki, and can McLaren get some good points? They need points desperately, don't they, in the constructors, because they are languishing very much on their own at the bottom at the moment there. And for a team of their talent, they should be higher up than that, shouldn't they? What an incredible end to qualifying that was. Fantastic stuff. And Kiki pole position by 700 second from Jinner, alongside him on row 1. Jinner with his championship rival down in 14th position there. Jinner, this is a golden opportunity tonight. It's very difficult to overtake as well. Jinner needs these points to keep the championship rolling on. As while the gap is only, it's 36 points at the moment there, give or take a point or two. As I've lost my spreadsheet, there it is. Yes, there's 36 points at the moment there. This is an opportunity for Jinner. With Dynamo Dan is going to have to try and thread his way through the field. It's a much better race than qualifying, Dynamo Dan is. But this is going to be a challenge, isn't it? Goodness gracious me. Serious Mushroom, just going back to the Charles Palmer query. Yes, Serious Mushroom said that unfortunately Gold did behave themselves on Sunday, which ruined Serious Mushroom's Sunday. And I apologise on behalf of the Gold Grid, but I think Farf would be very happy that he didn't have too much to do. So I think he had an early night, Farf did. Dynamo Dan, something's wrong with my setup here, Dynamo Dan. We've seen that, unfortunately. So Dynamo Dan in major peril here. That, goodness me, almost as major peril as those pit mechanics. As they are sounding far too close for the comfort of me. Goodness me, I'm feeling very uneasy to seeing that. I'm better in the racing quali. Kiki, I'm only good in qualifying. Kiki is saying now with a laugh emoji. Let's see if Kiki can get that McLaren some points here. Then fingers crossed that from now on, I'm only a fan of Kiki. He is going to win. Kiki, the GOAT, indeed. And hopefully Kiki can transform that pole position into a race win as well. And also Liverpool's about to kick off as well, which I'm a bit nervous by, to be fair, because I must admit, I got a Chelsea fan sat opposite me tomorrow, so I'm kind of fingers crossed that it does go the Reds' way, but it probably won't. Actually, it probably will, because I'm not watching it. Usually Liverpool do well when I don't watch it. Right, anyway, enough about the football for now, until someone breaks my heart in the comments in about 20 minutes' time. Let's go for the formation lap, shall we? We are around Singapore. This is the longest race in terms of time throughout all of the throughout all the race then. It's 31 laps, but it's such a low average speed around here. Safety cars, I would think, are a premium tonight as well. It is a street circuit, and it is good. And I'm sure that some drivers are probably going to find the street circuit furniture as well. So we've got Kiki on pole position for the second time this season. This is McLaren's first pole position, and McLaren are first and 10th here tonight. And know that Scooby Stew will be very happy with that then, and so would Zach Brown as well. I was going to say Zach Ryder for some reason. I don't know where that's come from. Kiki then pole position, the second time of his career, the second time this season as well. He's gone medium tyres, Kiki has, along with TK, D-Mac, Kaz, Sloppy Seconds, and Serious Mushroom. Everyone else is on the hard tyre. No soft tyre in sight then, which I'm not surprised by, as the soft tyres... Oh, just hurt myself. Ooh, the soft tyres are not very good race tyre around here, are they? As just on board with Kiki now and Nosy. I'm ignoring that comment. How do I delete comments on here? Can I block someone, please? No, of course. Unfortunately, if I ever block someone on the ALR, especially if I block Nosy or Smithy, I'll probably end up... oh no! Kiki is spun around, and oh dear, and I hope that's not a sign of things to come here. This formation lap's gone appalling for me and Kiki here, because I'm meant to be going through the grid, and I'm really not at the moment. No, I'm going to read this out begrudgingly anyway, so I shake my fist. Sean singing, Sean sing, blue is the colour, football is the game, Chelsea is our club, winning is our way. Anyway, let's skip over that, I reckon. Rain in 10 minutes at 10 to 15. Ooh, mark my words, Darren hat-trick in the first half. I love it. Lobby settings are wrong, that's why. Oh my goodness me, the lobby settings are wrong. What's going on there then? Of course, we haven't got Smithy in here tonight. We've got Super Sub Farf. So, is there a problem with the lobby settings? And we've had a couple of issues, haven't we? All right, let's quickly go for the starting grid, shall we? We'll worry about that in a minute. Kiki on pole position. Second is Jinner. Third is Brooksy. Itemizer in fourth position. TK in fifth. Echo is sixth. Sick as Mug 7th. Duncan Dave 8th. D-Mac in 9th. Winning in 10th position. Marsky 11th. Swanshanks 12th with Vintage in 13th. Dynamo Dan down in 14th. And there's issues with the lobby for Dynamo Dan's aids as well. 15th is Prime Zeller. 16th is Kaz. Collins is 17th. Stars 18th. Stars 19th. And Serious Mushroom in 20th position. Good lad, Sean. Come on, you blue. So and look, Kiki is pointing to the right hand side of the grid, I think. Hang on. Lefty Lucy, that's it, yeah. All right, the lights are beginning to come on one at a time. When they go out, we'll be racing here in Singapore. We'll talk about that in a minute. That McLaren's jolted. That McLaren's gone. Winnie has he surely jumped the start. That is a jump start, and the McLaren is Winnie's left the session there, and it's an appalling start here. Junior takes the lead then, and Echo almost at the back of one of the Haas teams as well. And goodness gracious me, then Junior, Winnie just absolutely took off there, and yes, we thought there was something up there, but yeah, it's a terrible start then for the pole sitter. Down 5 positions there. Winnie has left the session. Itemizer is now in second position then, and we got third position is Brooksy, fourth position is TK, with fifth is Kiki, sixth is Echo at the moment then. Oh my goodness gracious me then, as we come down the back straight then. We'll talk about Dynamo down in just a jiffy. Then Sloppy Seconds at 5 positions there. Kaz is down 4 positions at the moment there. D-Mac has gone into 7th position there. He's gone on the inside of Echo here. This is going to... Look how bumpy this street circuit is. And Echo, my goodness me, he is bold, he is brave, and he is beautiful. Up into 7th position. Oh, going over the Anderson Bridge. I love that. That's fantastic. I thought he's going to back out of it. Absolutely no intention whatsoever. Magnificent. I love it. Yeah, so my assists are disabled for the race then for Dynamo Dan. So of course we do have slightly different settings for gold, silver, and bronze, of course. And I'm wondering then, with Smithy Almighty is normally the man in charge, the man who leads the way then. But of course he was very dangerous there to get to the chop earlier on. I heard, of course, there is he very almost forgot I think his his other half's mum's birthday, I think. Winnie dropping down the order at the moment then. As I was reading it at work there, when I should have been working rather than reading the admin chat, but there you go. Of course, I'm just dedicated to my craft. And sick as fucking Marsky now, going side by side here. And sick as fuck is up into 9th position, but Marsky's having none of that. Then he's back up the inside into turn 5. Sick as muck there may have the advantage here, but remember 2 into 1 there here. You have to be very, very helpful of your competitor here. Look at how close they are. And Marsky's having a look there, but sick as muck has parked his car beautifully in the middle of the car in the course. I think that's what it is anyway. And he is into 9th position. And can sick as muck now put his toe down and get after the cars in front of him? And Collins out of the race, and unfortunately Collins has only ever finished 2 races in his career, and that maybe it's a very at the moment. It's a virtual safety car at the moment. Collins has only finished 2 races of his career in ALR bronze so far, and he's not going to finish this one either. That's such a shame there for Collins there. Generally, second is Itemizer, third is Brooksy, fourth is TK at the moment there. The 2 Alpine cars have absolutely flown away. Kiki had an appalling start, didn't he? Goodness gracious me. One McLaren flew up the order, but Whitney's out of this race at the moment. He needs to get back in the session pronto, but Whitney basically was on a different time zone, just flew up the order, whilst Kiki just bogged down. I don't know what happened, if there was a desync of the lights or whatnot. I'm not going to point any fingers just yet then, so that's going to remain to me. We're back racing. I need to stop waffling on. We're back racing here then. TK, who is all over the back of Brooks here. Brooksy in a superb third position at the moment. No pit stoppers or anything like that so far in this race. And so at the moment they're all on the starting tire, which they said that they started this race on. And now DRS has now been enabled in this one. This is where it's going to get really fruity indeed. The sloppy seconds all over the back of Duncan Dave, who is in turn all over the back of Marsky here. Duncan Dave on the inside, but he breaks a little later. Sloppy seconds having a sniff, but no more than that. Then of course he's a late sub for Billet, who's unfortunately not here tonight. That second for Ferrari of Dynamo Dam. Then let's talk about the championship leader. It is appalling. Oh, and Duncan Davis spun right in front. I don't think sloppy seconds was involved, but Duncan Dave dropping down the order and recovering now, but the Aston Martin all the way down into the back of the field. Oh goodness gracious me, Marsky is now all over the back of 6 months. Winnie's back in the session then, and he has found himself up into a very nice 10th position. 8th position. For some reason I'm getting a lot of alerts. Not yet, as Vintage is dropped down 16th position with the most beautiful helmet I have ever seen in my life. He is down in 16th position. Stars has got past as well. Sick as muck there has been overtaken by Marsky. Now we've got the second Ferrari. Oh my goodness me, it's sick as muck, and sloppy seconds have come to blows, and I'm wondering if sloppy sick as muck didn't see, but look, sloppy seconds all over the back now. He's got so much more speed in that Ferrari. Of course, he joined late, decided not to qualify. We've got yellow flags as Prime's in trouble. Sloppy seconds is fighting with sick as muck, but sloppy seconds is through, past the sick as muck, moves up into 11th position. Did he get a bump from behind? No, he didn't now. Swan Shanks is a bit too far back at this moment, but goodness gracious me, Prime Zealous, I'm not sure if he's visited the wall or not, but both him and Duncan Dave are now 5 seconds back at the moment. Jinder set the fast out of the race. Him and Itemizer are leading 1-2 in this race at the moment, aren't they? Good stuff indeed. So Dynamo Down, we're on board with him now. And Dynamo Down, I've gone on board with him now then, Dynamo Down is. So at the moment, I'll talk about that in a minute, because every time we try and talk about it, Sloppy Seconds has now moved himself up into 9th position, and 10 positions up after 4 laps here. Beautifully. Oh, Swan Shanks has had some issues there, and he's still in the right direction, I think, but he's had an almighty appalling run there. He's dropping back. Is there a problem? Swan Shanks is crawling. Is there a problem for the Alfa Romeo driver? There has to be a problem there, because Swan Shanks has dropped right down the order, and he seems to have lost power in that Alfa Romeo. Is the Ferrari giving up already? I hope not. Kaz is in 60th position now, and it's now all over the back of Serious Mushroom, who is making progress in the opposite. Right, he's up into 15th position now. He's up 5 positions so far. The man who is 5th in the championship could potentially be up to 3rd if things go his way in this one. But absolutely, I think the Serious Mushroom is definitely one driver for driver of the season. But of course, But of course, we'll have to have a go. I think the Serious Mushroom and Styles are definitely two of my driver of the seasons personally. They've been absolutely sublime. D-Mac all over the back now. I think Winnie's back in his car. He's 5 seconds back in the moment. Yeah, there he is. So yes, good somebody there. It's great to see Winnie back in the car. He has had a bit of an advantage, hasn't he, there, with that incredible jump start. D-Mac now all over the back of Echo. I love D-Mac's helmet there. It's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? I love that yellow and purple. Really good mix indeed. That reminds you of a certain other Mercedes driver from yesterday, from a season or two ago. On board with D-Mac then, as he is not too far behind Echo at the moment. So Dynamo Dan is driving with so in the in gold, silver, and bronze we do have slightly different lobby setups, and where a couple of assists are allowed and a couple of assists are not there. For assists, not cysts. Goodness me. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to go into what assist is. But so some assists then for bronze then, which gold are not allowed and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, and I'm wondering then if some of the lobby has not been set up right now. It's really put the championship leader at a really peril at the moment then. And I think after this race, he is going to be furious with that one, isn't he? Unfortunately, and it's not done on purpose. And Winnie's left the session again, unfortunately. It is a mistake. Then it's been a mistake then for the race stewards, but that is a major blow indeed then for Dynamo Dan. But let's see how he can do, because at the moment he is in 12th position now. It's not all doom and gloom just yet there for the championship leader, but with generally in the way, Dynamo Dan down in 12th position there, struggling to get a lap in. He struggled to get a lap in and only got one lap in qualifying. I feel that he is going to be burning up inside that car, isn't he, in the Ferrari? And the other Ferrari, Sloppy Seconds, making his way up to 8th position. Now, good stuff indeed there for good something to do there for Sloppy Seconds, but I do feel that Dynamo Dan probably does have a case on his hand in this one, I feel. Brooksy, who's flying at the moment in third position. Itemizar has dropped to almost 4 seconds back. And once again, the Alpines, who have done so well in this season, albeit they have had a bit of musical chairs in their team, haven't they, as of late? Of course, William there was a part, as some seconds got fast after the race. William was a part of the Alpine setup for most of the season, but of course, William now had to, I think, was moving, wasn't he? So he wasn't going to take part in the second half of the season, which is unfortunate. Hopefully, we get William back for next season, because he's an absolutely fine driver indeed. But Itemizar has really stepped up to the plate in that second Alpine, hasn't he? And done a great job indeed there. But however, is he going to be able to defend this position? I don't think he is. Brooksy up the inside track position there. Itemizar had to yield with that one, unfortunately. He's gone very wide. He's in the wall. Itemizar is there. And oh dear. And I'm wondering. And that's Brooksy around as well. He's made a mistake. Brooksy has there. And he's just got past Itemizar. Man, the men who were second and third in this race are now down in 6th and 8th position, both making a mistake with mere meters after each other. Oh goodness gracious me, a loss of concentration on lap 6 of this one there, and I think they're both going to be kicking themselves. Kiki, pole position rather than pole and start, is back up in the third now. TK then is second. Well, Kiki and TK very similar in terms of racing because they're very good in qualifying, but race trim, they're not race trim. They do seem to have some issues there. D-Mac is on the outside. Contact there. Kiki has lost out. We had an appalling curb angle. No, that's not right. We had a great curb angle, but at the wrong time of the race, didn't we? We should have had that curb angle for a bit of effect later on in the race there. So we didn't get to see exactly what happened with Kiki and D-Mac, but D-Mac now up into 4th position. Kiki down into 5th position, unfortunately. Winnie's got a couple of gremlins there. I wonder if it might be the old Virgin Media. Then it has been all kinds of nuisance so far, haven't they? This season. And look at this, Sloppy Seconds all over the back of Itemizar. Yeah, of course. So we got to keep an eye out for maybe the Virgin Media runners may still have issues then. So we'll keep an eye on that one. So we just got to see what's going on here. As Duncan Davis got past Cars down into 16th position. Serious Mushroom went a bit wide into turn 1, and Duncan Duncan Dave just pulling out a maneuver. And Jitter's off the circuit there. And we've lost Echo out of this one as well. And of course, we heard about the dodgy connections there. And I'm wondering if as I've looked, because we lost Kaz as well. And we are losing all kinds of drivers in this one. Yes, they're all leaving here. Oh dear, oh dear. And I'm wondering, and Brooksy, sick as mug. All drivers and it is having internet issues. Swanshanks, I'm not too sure, but TK is leading, but as a ghost at the moment there. Jenner was leading this race then, and has dropped down into 5th position at the moment there. Yes, everyone is leaving the session here, and this is not looking too good, is it? We got to lap 7, and of course, we was also expecting some rain as well, wouldn't we? So I was really looking forward to. I thought I said a bit of rain on the camera. I think we have got rain, and we got rain just as and DRS has been disabled. So all of a sudden, the rain has come down. But I think I'm in a session on my own here, which is great, isn't it? So it looks like I'm going to be commentating on some ghost cars. Lovely. But the rain we did hear was about 10 to 15 minutes away. I completely forgot about the rain, and all of a sudden it has come barreling down. And the DRS has been disabled, but unfortunately we have lost a lot of cars out. Duncan Dave off the circuit as well. Everyone is just leaving, and maybe I should stop commentating as I'm commentating on my own at the moment. Into the pits comes Echo here, and I think that everyone has left the session. Let me take a look then and see what's going on. As Farfus just asked if, everyone left then, yes, so, so we are, so a lot of drivers, everyone is leaving by the looks of things, and everyone leaving on mine, Duncan Davis saying as well, but so we've got intermediate tyres going on, and oh goodness gracious me. So I'll keep an eye out to see what goes on. I've got a new mention, but I think that, are we going to postpone it? I think as, we'll soon find out then, but it is a bit unfair, isn't it, if the internet, well, I think that it's a bit unfair, but to be fair, I think Farf did a good job tonight, though, because he kept an eye to see what's going on the Virgin Media website. Of course, there's a website called What's Down or something like that, isn't it, where it gives you like ISPs that are down and all that kind of stuff. And Farf has kept an eye on that. He's also spoke to the drivers as well, and done an absolutely impeccable job, hasn't he? Tonight, Farf has, but unfortunately, you can only do what you do then, can't you, really? And unfortunately, as Duncan Dave for some reason is on medium tyres, and unfortunately then this dodgy internet issue has come to roost again. I don't know what it is about. I think Duncan Dave is the only driver in this race, is he? He's the only solid driver in this race, anyway. Apart from me, as I'm all alone, no one here beside me. One of them had to get some filler on the go. This was going to be, well, Echo is still in, apparently. And Echo is, well, he's not on my screen. He's ghosted on my screen as well. The only person in on my screen, by the looks of it, it's Duncan Dave, who's unfortunately hit the wall. Then we're just waiting to see what the decision is going to be. As I'm just waiting to see what's going on then. At the moment, we have no news at the moment. No news is usually good news in my job role anyway, but, well, because I'm in the IT world, and usually when you don't hear anything, that is always a good sign indeed. So I'm going to keep an eye on the comments. I'll also keep an eye on the comments indeed. Sean, you need to rejoin. Oh, goodness me. Sean, you're not in the lobby. Oh, gosh, I'm not in the lobby. Oh, good heavens, sir. This is absolutely, I'm panicking. What do I do? I don't know. What do I do? Hang on a minute. Oh, I'll go into that, Oh, I've left the group. What group have I left? Oh, dear. Hang on a minute. How do I do this? One second. Oh, hello, Nosy. So I think it's, I'm going to jump in. I'm racing a load of AI, Duncan Davis said. At least I'm in it. Oh, it's me that's been kicked. Well, that's shocking behaviour, isn't it? Right, I don't think if... Right, hang on a minute. Right, calm down, Sean. What's going on here? I don't really know, to be honest. Right, who... Oh, I think Duncan Davis is in my lobby, isn't he? So let's find someone... I think I'm going to join Echo's lobby. How do I get in? Is that join game? No, that's invite to game. How do I join his game? Oh, well, this ain't going too well, is it? Well, what can I do? Oh, Jinner. I might join... Yes, there it is. I'll join his now, then. Good stuff, indeed. So, yes, I've been... Yeah, I want to join, please. Right, this ain't going well at all, is it? Use old invite. I would, but I ain't allowed because it's expired. Yes. Right, where is it? Yeah, this invitation has expired, so I can't get back in, unfortunately. So if someone could help me, that'd be great. I'm wondering if it's raining on their screen as well. If it has, I'm going to be deeply upset because, to be honest, is oh, I've paused the stream, which ain't good either. I'm going to be deeply upset, to be honest, because I kind of like it when it transitions over to the intermediate tires. But at the moment, I can't get back into anywhere. Well, I might try DMAC actually. Let's see if I can get it on DMAC. Uh-oh, what have I done? Oh, I've left. I've left as well. Goodness me. Right, well, this is going well, isn't it? Great stuff. Anyway, someone in the lobby needs to invite everyone, and Sean, you isn't in. No, unfortunately, I'm not. No, I'm all alone. No one but me. Great stuff indeed. Oh, look at that. Is that TK this one, has it? Oh, that could be a premonition then. Lovely stuff indeed. Oh, I wouldn't mind seeing TK win again. Thank you very much, Swan Shanks. You saved my bacon there. As I thought I was going to have to go in, and probably talk to myself for the next half an hour, which wouldn't be very good, would it? I know, I'm getting a lot of notifications here about all kinds of stuff, Ben. Right then, as we are now... Oh, Liverpool started as well then. Good stuff indeed. Donald Trump pleads not guilty. Okay, that's cool. I'm not sure what to. I'm joining the session now. Hopefully, I'll get in a jiffy. And then we'll go back to that one as well. Apologies, guys, because we really want to know what was going on then. Because I have a feeling it's going to be raining in their session as well. Which I kind of am a little disappointed by, to be fair. Because I love it when it starts to rain and everything like that. And here we go then. Let's see what we can do. It's my connection, is it? Oh, goodness me. That's shocking, isn't it? Right. Anyway, I am back in and I am raring to go. So, lap 10 of this race, as I thought it was everyone else. That's me pointing my finger and everything. So, we're on lap 10 then. We've missed about 6-7 laps of action. It is absolutely raining cats and dogs out there. We've lost Prime and we've lost Collins out of this race then. Jinner leads with TK in second position, Echo in third. Fourth finishes Itemizer has dropped down in 9th position, then Kiki in 5th position with DMAC in 6th. Sloppy seconds in 7th position. That's contact from DMAC there, trying to sneak past, and of course this is transition from dry tyres into dry tyres into wet into intermediate tyres. And Brooksy needs an invite. Give me one. Am I allowed to invite? Let's give it a go, shall we? All right. This is going good, isn't it? Well, let's see then. Right, friends. Oh, my friend's invite doesn't work, does it? Oh, gosh, all right. All right, then, let's see if I can get another invite. Where is Brooksy? Ooh. Is he B, or has he changed his name again? I must say, the one thing that really gets my goat up is when drivers change their name. I think that, who changed their name the other day, which really upset me. I don't know who that was, but there we go. There he is, Brooksy. Let's invite him in. What? Yeah, do I just invite like that? Sean, invite the party chat ASAP. Oh, okay, that's a good one. All right then, let's give that a go. Right, here's a panic. This is panic now, isn't it? Because I must say I don't really know what I'm doing, to be honest. Invite to game. Oh, he has done it, you know. Fantastic stuff. Right, we'll go from there then. Apologies, guys. You can tell I'm not used to this old PlayStation 5 malarkey. It's not like I've not had it for over a year, is it? Echo having a look then down into turn 1. Then this has been a pretty difficult race so far, isn't it? Not just for the not just for me, but also some drivers as well. So it's raining out there pretty heavily at the moment. Echo is currently third. Then Itemizer is in 4th position. There, Sloppy is key off the circuit here, and it's absolute anarchy out here at the moment. And before he gets back going, then but Kiki down in 17th position. There, Vintage coming out of the pits as well. But this rain has really become an equaliser. But Jinner once again is just pulling away, isn't he? Lap 11 here, out of 31, 20. Look at the rain! It's horizontal here in that Marina Bay. Absolutely horrific stuff. And another yellow flag. Serious Bashams off the circle in turn 7. The Hamilton turn, then he pirouettes around there, and away he goes there. If anyone else needs an invite, let me know and I'll spam the group chat, as I think I've worked out how to do it, because I got big brain. it's Duncan Davis as well. Good stuff. Sickersmuck in 13th position there, but he is ghosted, Sickersmuck, because I don't think he's in the session, is he? Look at that rain. That is horrific. I think we might be on the wet tyres, you know, in the not too distant future. Dynamo Dan then, who's had issues in this one so far, is absolutely bucking it down out there. Serious Mushrooms asks, what is going on here? I think we are still racing then, but there's a couple of drive. I think that we got majority of the field back in now. Dynamo Dan down in 10th position there. Kaz dropping down the order then. Oh, is it coming back up now? We've got a lot of drivers ghosting here in this one. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Sickersmuck has joined as well. It's joined as well. Apologies, guys. Yeah, I think, unfortunately, we should have, well, I should have realised that I wasn't in the right lobby earlier on then. Are we restarting? Serious Mushroom saying, I don't think we are. We're staying as it is then. No restart then. Around the final turn we go. Echo is all over the back of TK at the moment there. Look at that, he's got a lot of opposite lock here. Sloppy Seconds is now up into 5th position and D-Mac has dropped down the order. We got Marsky in the pits and Winnie also in the pits as well. Is these for the wet tyres then? They are for the wet tyres. This is absolutely appalling conditions out here. It is completely changed on its head here, hasn't it? Now it has gone from quite a dry circuit then, and now into the pits. And Duncan Dave and Winnie just missing. I'm sure it's Duncan Dave come in. Rain is falling like cats and dogs out here at the moment. And Sickersmuck also back on the intermediate tyres. Couple of drivers is on the wet tyres. Everyone else on the intermediates. I think it's going to have to be the wet tyres, you know. I think it's Sickersmuck has left the session again then. This is not good at all, really, is it? Hang on a minute. Let me figure out how to do that again. Oh, gosh. I'm getting good at this, you know. Look at that. Look at that. Like a boss. Oh, yes. Right. Hopefully, everyone who is in the bronze group will get that now. And we've sent another invite out. But this is appalling conditions out there. And we've not only got connection issues, we've also got some weather issues as well out here. Goodness gracious me. I think it's down to the Codemasters, though, rather than any other internet issues. Echo up in the 3rd position now. So, who is the highest wet runners? It's Marsky on a 16.4. Look at that. He's taken 10ths of a second higher. Yellow flag. What's happened? Duncan Dave is off the circuit here, going over the Anderson Bridge. Oh my goodness, golly. Oh my golly gosh, that. Are we restarting, sis? We're saying, no, we're not restarting. We are not restarting. We're carrying on as it is then. Albeit a lot of drivers have left the session. Sickersmuck is back in. As Sickersmuck is back in, Kaz going very wide then. I haven't seen Duncan Dave come back in yet. As Serious Mushroom's got past Sickersmuck, but Sickersmuck now on the intermediate tyres. No, Swan Shanks up into 8th position moment. Look, Marsky is taking about 6 seconds out on this lap alone. Jinner is staying out there. Jinner is staying out in this one at the moment. We got TK in 2nd position. Third is Echo. Into the pits comes Sloppy second. Brooksy is currently in 4th position moment. He is staying out. Sloppy second's in the pits. I'm surprised. Everyone on the intermediate tires should be into the pits, I think, because we are seeing. Look, Marsky is down to 5 seconds. Swan Shanks has got a 3-second penalty. Anyone who's on the intermediate tires needs to come into the pits then. There's only one person missing, which is Winnie. If Duncan Dave is in, I'm sure Duncan Dave is in. Where is Duncan Dave? Yes, he looks solid to me, so I assume he's in the car. Hopefully, I think he is anyway. Wet tires out for majority of the field. Now, Sloppy Seconds is the highest runner on the wet tires. Look at Marsky. He was nowhere, and now all of a sudden he has gone onto the wet tires, and he is now up into 8th position. Kaz has dropped down into 6th position. Now Swan Shanks has moved up into 5th, but the gap is 12 seconds. That's coming down. Hammer and Tongs now. Itemizer has just come out the pits in 15th position as well. Oh my goodness gracious me. Echo we're on board with. Ben. Look at this. He's all over the back now. TK. They are really struggling then as Sloppy Seconds there, who's going to have Marsky there, who's going to be all over his gearbox for this lap at least, whilst Sloppy Seconds gets his eye in with this one. Just on board now then. Jinner, who is currently leading the race by 5.6 seconds at the moment from TK in 2nd. Echo in 3rd position. Brooksy is 4th. Yellow flag, and is that a full safety car? It's a VSC at the moment. This is a perfect opportunity for anyone who is not going to the pits and to come into the pits on the wet tires. And it's appalling conditions out there. And of course, I think. Why is this a VSC then? I'm not sure. Serious Mushroom into 14th position there. Jenner is the race leader who's lost his front wing. That's what the VSC is for. The race leader is gone off there and it's damaged the car. And Billet is joined, which is better late than never, I suppose. But as Kiki has got a drive-through penalty. But I think the Billet there is he's about an hour late, really, isn't he? Unless he has do they set clocks back in Hungary? I'm not sure. But Jenner's in the pits then, and he has lost the lead. That he has made a mistake. The race leader actually, who's been pretty imperious then up until this one. Now he's this one so far. He's now on the wet tires. Is he going to get out in front of the drivers? Are also the wet tires out. And into the pits comes Kaz as well. It is sloppy seconds are coming out now. Then Brooksy, where is Jenner? Where is Jenner? Jenner's now behind at sloppy seconds. Sloppy seconds leads with Marsky in second. Jenner is now going to be behind. Look, he's behind DMAC. This is that has cost him awfully. I say, I'll put my teeth back in a minute. Jenner though is in front of Dynamo Dam. Now that's an important part of the championship. And also remember that, as you can see, there's spray all over the camera here. This is appalling conditions here in Singapore. Absolute deluge here in Marina Bay. But is Winnie's dropped down, is DMAC has passed, and Winnie is not in the session at the moment. Also, remember as well, there's 3 drivers, and it is 4 drivers on the intermediate tires. And how long is this deluge going to be? But you can see when we was at the helicam shot before, you seen it was going horizontal. The sloppy seconds now up into third position, I should say. Now, and it can he then, has he got the pace, and he's got 13 seconds to get after Echo and TK. The question is though, can the intermediate those 2 drivers are surviving at the moment on the intermediate tires, and if it starts to ease off here, the intermediate tires are a magical tire, aren't they? They can survive almost full wet conditions to almost full dry conditions there. But at the moment there, the wet tires are the quickest tire at this moment there. But if they can survive, then they DMAC is now in the 5th position there. Swanshank is down to 6th. If they can survive and not need to make a pit stop, Billet is now left the session. I'm wondering if Billet is. I reckon Billet might be. Might not. I'm not sure about the if the clocks go back or not in Hungary. But I'm wondering there because this is around the time we start the session normally. If it was an hour in front there, Echo leads the way then. So Echo leads the way, but sloppy seconds is now up into 2nd position there. TK, who's in the pits, but Marsky is having an absolutely inspired race as well, along with sloppy seconds. Out of the pits now comes TK. Winnie, who is not in the race at the moment. Jenner is in 5th position, and of course, Jenner made a mistake, didn't he, earlier on then? But he's now in 5th. He does have the pace, though, doesn't he, in that Alpine car? No, goodness gracious me, we've got action all over the stage. We ain't even at half distance yet in this race, but appalling weather conditions here. Look at the rain. Look at the rain here, then. Oh my golly gosh. So lap 15 of this one, then we got more cars. Slick as Muck then is dropped down to the back of the field. And I do feel sorry for Slick as Muck then, as I think he had the issues that I did, where where we was just basically racing on our own, didn't we? Really, just watching the mode. Oh, who is that there? That's Winnie. I don't think Winnie's in this session, to be honest. Then just watching as Diamond Dan's going through Winnie. Goodness gracious me, that would be illegal, but I don't think Winnie's. Look at the puddles off the racing line here. Absolutely appalling stuff indeed. And of course, we're on the equator here in Singapore, aren't we? Or the edge of the equator. So that is why we do expect deluges like this. Remember, Malaysia, very similar parts of the world as well, where he had, I think that was the last race. No, it wasn't really, was it? But I was going to say it was the last race where he's only awarded half points, wasn't it? Or was it? I can't remember now. But whatever the case may be, of course, similar part of the world, of course, we only did 29, I think we did 32 laps that day, didn't we? We should be getting the full host of laps in tonight, and barring any issues. But Styles, once again, driving a superlative race, isn't there? Really showing his mettle in difficult conditions in this one. Lap 15 out of 31 here. And the Williams is now all over the back of Dynamo Dan, and that second McLaren of Kiki is also now starting to become a major player. And look at this, and look at that, and it just shows that the wet tires are the way to go. We've got 2 drivers on the inters, one at the front of the field, one at the back of the field. Now it's the man who's second in this race, as Echo's going to drop down to second, but you can see then that these tires are just too much there for the wet tires. The wet conditions are just too much for the intermediates at the moment, and that is why the wet tires are the way to go. Kiki into the pits then, and it's a drive-through penalty for Kiki. The rain is eased off then, so this is what Echo and Sick as Muck might have been waiting for here. They might have been waiting for this, where the conditions have just changed ever so slightly, and now let's see how quickly that. Well, I haven't said that. Look at that there. It's still coming down horizontally, but not as heavy as it was a few laps ago. Then it's been raining now for about 8 laps, 8-9 laps in this one. Sloppy Seconds there has drove an absolutely superb race. We've got our new rain master, aren't we? He's doing a great job. Sloppy Seconds has never won a race in bronze, and now he has got the bit between his teeth, hasn't he? Brooksy, who's now trying to get back through the field as well. Of course, Brooksy was as high as third at the beginning of this race. On board Dynamo Dan, who is at the moment there in 6th position there. We got in 6th position there, but Stars is all over the back of it. Jenner is all over the back of D-Mac then. Jenner, this is a golden opportunity with Dynamo Dan starting in 14th position. He's up into 7th position now. Echo dropping down the order, but he's fighting for all his worth there. But unfortunately, he hasn't got the tools for the job with these intermediate tires. The gap is 5 seconds at the front. Marsky driving a supreme race. He's a Grand Prix winner in bronze. He won in the bronze last season, or the season before, whenever he last raced in bronze. And can he get a second win here this season then? He's had a bit of a difficult season, hasn't he, there for Marsky. He was one of my favourites at the beginning of the season, but it hasn't transpired like that, has it? Jenner now all over the back of a D-Mac then, but Jenner, who, look at it, D-Mac there has had an issue, and Jenner has lost out, and D-Mac, I think, had a bit of a half spin out the rear tires, and D-Mac is through. Look at how gingerly they're getting on the throttle here as they are struggling to get on the power. D-Mac is having a look there, but Jenner's now in the 4th position there. Lap 17 out of 31 here. Oh, that's contact there, and D-Mac has gone into the back of the man who's second in the challenge, and D-Mac has dropped off there, and they're very, very close there to causing Jenner to spin. Sorry, I've got a mute button anymore. Jenner, who is now his next target is Echo, but look at how much it's not raining anymore. So those intermediate tires of Echo is now going to start to come back into play here, and as long as Sloppy Seconds and Marsky not over 20 odd seconds in front, this could potentially be where Echo doesn't need to come to the pits again, and the drivers on the wet tires are going to have to come back in and go back on the intermediate tires. But that's if the rain stays as it is at the moment, and those those wet patches start to clear. But Echo is now starting to, I would say starting to level the gap with Marsky, but he certainly isn't there with Jenner. Jenner is desperate to get through here, isn't he? He made a mistake then when the rain was at its worst a couple of laps ago, but now the rain is eased off. It doesn't look like over the Anderson Bridge, so does it? Goodness me. And Dynamo Dan is going to have to really get his defensive elbows out there, because I think that we got Styles and Brooksy all over the back of Dynamo Dan, who's done a good job to navigate his way through a very precarious Grand Prix so far, as Jenner has just chopped the rest of me ginger locks off as he goes over my head. Then, goodness gracious me, was that Dabry off the second round of the championship? It's Carlin. Oh, almost into the bar there. It's Jenner, who's really ragging these cars here, isn't he? He wants to get past, doesn't he? There is so much spray still in this one, as Kaz got a 3-second penalty. We'll look at the penalties later on there. Kaz has got a penalty and unfortunately dropped behind Duncan Dave now in the battle of the Aston Martins in 13th and 14th position there. We'll now then Echo lap 18 out of 31 here. The intermediate tires should get to the end from here if the conditions stay the same. The gap is 31 seconds there. Brooksy is in the pits. So Red Bull mechanics, what tires are they looking for? They're on the intermediate tires, and so we might be back to the intermediate tires then. And now then he's coming out the pits. And let's see then. So this is a strategy call then for the Red Bull team. The Jenner's got a 3-second penalty here. Goodness me, that is going to be costly. Kaz got a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit. pit lane. He's also in the pits as well on one of the intermediate tires all the way to go there, because Echo has got the gap down to under 3 seconds. All of a sudden, we're on board with Jenna now, who is will be losing out to D-Mac and Dynamo Dan if the race finishes as it is now, which ain't going to finish as it is now, because we've got a long way to go. Then Zealous out of the race then, and Collins out of the race as well. We did not see that on stream because I was talking to myself in my own lobby a few minutes ago. Look, the gap is coming down now. It's down to 2.5 seconds. Echo has roved the storm. He has Kaz got a double whammy here. 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. Now 5-second penalty for crossing the white line. Echo has weathered the storm. He now has the pace here. Can Echo get his first Grand Prix win? He has been driving a superlative season. Echo has this season. And tonight there could potentially be his night then, as he is the one of only 2 drivers that did not come into the pits with that rainstorm, and he has really rode the curve. He really rode the wave, literally and figuratively, and now he is the quickest man on the track on those intermediate tires, and he is homing in on Morsky. There he is in front of us now. Oh goodness gracious me! And what is the front runner going to do then? Yes, oh, that's Ferrari off the circuit, and I thought he's going to get a 5-second penalty for that. We have seen that before, haven't we? Morsky staying out though. The sloppy seconds into the pit. So the golden rule in these conditions there is be on the right tyre at the right time, and that's exactly what Sloppy Seconds has done. Jinner's in the pits as well. D-Mac's in the pits there. Dynamo Dan is also in the pits there. Sloppy Seconds there, who's just come out the pits there. Is Dynamo Dan going to find a Ferrari mechanics? They're still scramped. No, they ain't. Then that is perfect time for the Ferrari. That choreography to the best there, but he's down behind them. And oh, the Ferrari's gone now. Echo's got a 3-second penalty. That could cost him in this one here. There is so many coulds and shoulds in this one. I have no idea. D-Max on the wet tires. The Mercedes have made an error here. That's made a major blunder. I think surely he wanted to be on the inters. Oh no! And D-Mac, who is having a brilliant drive, is all of a sudden it is starting to go a bit west side then for D-Mac, isn't it here then? Echo then 3-second penalty. Winnie is now to front position, but Winnie is not in this race. Cirrus Mushroom in full position now. He has elected not to come in the pits at the moment, but the wet tyres not the quickest tyre anymore. We're back on the intermediate tyres. What an incredible race this has been. This has been the best race of the season so far. Magical, absolutely brilliant. Some deep there, and he's going for it. He's having a look there, but look, now it's going to be a drag race down Raffles Food Aboard here then, as the spray is noticeably almost well, it's not gone, is it? But it is a lot shorter. Look at it, so Marsky on the outside. Echo's on the inside. Marsky just about forces the issue, but Echo has gone past, takes the lead, and now then he can start to pull away. Sloppy Seconds then trying to get past Cirrus Mushroom, and he has done so. Cirrus Mushroom down into 5th position, and lap 19 out of 31 here for Cirrus Mushroom. Are we going to be back to dry tyres before the end of this one? We'll find out. We'll find out then. Echo, look at that, he's a second in front of Red, and he knows what's underneath on those intermediate tyres, doesn't he? Sloppy Seconds having a brilliant race out there in that Ferrari. I feel sorry for Brooksy. Mercedes have made a critical error in this one, and D-Mac is going to be a very unhappy champion with the Mercedes team here tonight there. They almost pulled off a stroke of brilliance with Sick as Muck there, but it's not going to help. But it's not helped. D-Mac has it there. They put him back on the wet tyres for some other reason. McLaren mechanics are out in the pit lane for, I don't think it's for Kiki, it's for the ghost car of Winnie. That's a great stop from the Alpha Tauri team then, as he is just coming on the pits now. Where is he going to drop then? Cirrus Mushroom also in the pits as well. Tough day for Cirrus Mushroom. As it stands at the moment, Echo will be third in the World Championship. Sick as Muck is not scoring any points as it stands at the moment, and he is in the pits now. Intermediate tyres on for the Haas team. Both Haases are, well, one's 10th, one's 11th, but I think he's going to be further behind, because Itemito and Sick as Muck are now going to be in front of Cirrus Mushroom. He comes out the pits now. Cirrus Mushroom does in 13th position then. Kiki then in 16th then. Now, look at this then. So Echo has got a 15-second buffer with 11 laps to go between South and Sick as Muck. Sloppy Seconds there. We got Winnie still in the wet tyres tires there in third position there. So Winnie and D-Mac, the only two drivers on the wet tires, but D-Mac there, I think, will be fuming in his car about what has happened here then. As now can Dynamo Dan get himself back up into 7th position then. So Dynamo Dan really struggling then at the moment, isn't there? But I think, well, I say struggling, he's done a fantastic job there. Potentially driver of the day performance here so far for both Ferrari drivers, doing an absolutely outstanding drive in the cockpits of their Ferrari machines. Brilliant stuff indeed there. As I just watching the Williams, just looking back at the Williams rear tyre here. Look, there's TK just behind us here. The weather has really, Sloppy Seconds got a 3-second penalty as well, which means now Sloppy Seconds has to overtake Echo on track for him to win this race. And we've got 3 drivers technically on the podium, albeit Winnie's not Willie's a ghost, unfortunately, but I'd love to see Winnie up there. But we got 2 drivers that is technically on course to win their first ever Grand Prix in bronze set. But Ginner there, of course, he needs all the points he can get for his championship campaign. We're on board with Styles all over the back now with Dynamo Dan. Look at that spray. It is still quite hellacious out there, to say the very least. But Styles would like to really be elevating himself further up the field, but he is not at the moment, is he? And he's lost a lot of momentum beyond that Ferrari, hasn't he? D-Mac is doing a great job on those wet tyres, because I thought he would be sinking quite quickly than that, but he's doing a great job on those wet tyres. Mercedes, of course, the story behind this is Mercedes put D-Mac on the wrong tyres. I am almost sure of it. And of course, now D-Mac is really having to navigate his way around on an intermediate course, on an intermediate track. Then this is not a wet track anymore. This is intermediate conditions, and you can see that with the the Predators are now starting to close up behind D-Mac of Dan, Styles, and TK. Oh my goodness gracious me, Ginner has found 2 seconds on Winnie on this lap there. Winnie is not going to score any points in this one, though. He is not in this race then. Winnie is not there, and of course he's on the wet tyres as well, but unless Winnie is in the car, he will not score any points. And so the top 10 then is like this. Echo leads 13 seconds in front of Sloppy Seconds. Echo is only one of 2 drivers that stayed out when it was absolutely hellacious conditions there, and has really got a pit stop ahead of everyone else. He's drove a superlative race, Echo has at the moment, and driver of the day for me, surely. Second position is Sloppy Seconds. Great job indeed there for Sloppy Seconds there. Third position is Ginner, who currently on the podium. Fourth position is Brooksy. Great drive from Brooksy. 5th is Marsky. D-Mac and Dynamo Dan 6th and 7th at the moment. Stars 8th. TK 9th. Itemizer in 10th position. Sickest Muck in 11th. Cirrus Mushroom 12th. Duncan Dave in 13th. For Kaz 14th. Key the pole sitter 15th. 16th Vintage. 17th Swanshanks. Retirements is Winnie. Is Prime Zealous, and also Collins out of the Grand Prix. And there is now Ginner. Has he got the pace set? Remember, Ginner's also got a 3-second penalty as well. Goodness gracious me, he is pushing as he's push as hard as he dares in this one. Is Ginner. He needs to get that 3-second gap into the pits. There comes down comes D-Mac there. Unfortunately, D-Mac there. That must. Oh, TK is off the circuit there. I'm not sure what happened there, but TK has spun the car, and now Sickest Muck, then the only other driver apart from Echo, not to pit, but Sickest Muck has been driving as D-Mac's on the wet, dry tyres here. I think that's far too early, but is that, unless remember how quickly the track got soaked here earlier on in this race, potentially it could get as dry in this one as quickly as well. Well, D-Mac's out of the pits now in 17th position now, and Mercedes are really taking a bold gamble here. I'm wondering if Mercedes are trying to help Sick as much, trying to get some points here now. But he's down in 18th position now, and that's going to be no car. That's going to be not really what D-Mac really wants to hear, is it? To be honest, watching TK, who's all over the back of Sick as Muck. Then, of course, Sick as Muck does have a 3-second penalty. Just watching this battle here between Dynamo Dan, we've got Styles, and we've got Itemizer in this battle as well. Dynamo Dan, who is trying to salvage some points at the moment. They're doing a great job at the moment. Broke Gorilla. Evening, Sean, evening, Cirrus Mushroom, and all other guys. Hello to you, Broke Gorilla, of course, a former ALR driver back in our early years, wasn't he? Of course, he also stood with me in the commentary box for a couple of races in season 1 as well. Goodness me, time flies when you're having fun. I think he was in the same commentary box as me and Nosey at one stage as well, wasn't it? When me and Nosey was partners way back in yesteryear as well. Goodness gracious me. On board with TK all over the back of Sick as Muck at the moment. Sick as Muck, of course, who's been on these Inspired tires all the second longest, apart from Echo, who Echo is doing a magnificent job, isn't he? Doing a brilliant job indeed. Echo is missed last week's race, didn't he? Wasn't feeling too good, but tonight there he is absolutely doing a magnificent job there. I'm not going to say anything more than that at the moment, because we know about my commentator's curse there. Into the pits comes TK. He is struggling. Has he got damage there on the Haas car? Come on, D-Mac, masterclass, and D-Mac is on the medium tires. Into the pits comes TK Winnie, who is just who's a ghost at the moment. There, Duncan Dave is now up into 11th position. A serious mushroom up into 10th as well. Dry tires is on now for TK. As he comes in and out, shaking all about. Then there goes the Haas car. Kaz is now up into 12th position. We're keeping on the dry weather runners, but I still think it's far too wet out there at the moment. It is far too wet, I feel. Here's Styles and Drive again. He's so good, isn't he, Styles, at this stage of his career. He's on a great performance indeed. That he is driving absolutely sensationally. We have got yellow flags then, and I think it was for the D-Mac, was it? It was on the pit straight then, which does scream to me that those dry tyres are not the way to go, as we have got Winnie there, of course, not in this race, unfortunately. I'd like to see Winnie. I keep saying that, don't I? It's because I'm missing Winnie. That's why I want to see Winnie back in that McLaren now. McLaren do need to... Is it stopped raining? It stopped raining, you know. It stopped raining. Oh, Brooks, he's got a 3-second penalty. That is crucial in his battle with Jenner. With just, oh my goodness me. And now he's going to have to pass it, which means that Jenner's going to be grinning from ear to ear, because now he doesn't, he doesn't have to worry too much. Then, well, he still has to worry because Brooks is all over the gearbox. I'm close to get to that wall. And, Jenner there having a couple of issues. So it's stopped raining out here at the moment, out here in Singapore. So when are we going to go into dry tires? At the moment, the dry tires are not quicker. We're just taking a look at that with TK losing out to Swanshanks. D-Mac also losing out to the drivers in front of him as well. I don't think we are on the equator here, and the track can drop very quickly. The track got very wet quickly as well. We had an absolute deluge, didn't we, about halfway through this race. One of my favourite races of the season so far. I'm absolutely loving this. This has been a brilliant race so far. Second Smoke's got a 3-second penalty. That could cost him major points in this one, I feel. Styles and Itemizer still can't get past Dynamo Dan then, which is really helping Dynamo Dan here at the moment, isn't he? But they are not quick at this moment, and then Sick Smoke is gaining on them as well by 2 tenths. So we'll keep an eye on the DRS then. So at the moment, you can see a couple of dry patches on the circuit. That is because we are going under a lot of overpasses here in Singapore. Of course, we are smack bang in the middle of Singapore here at Marina Bay. There is a lot of motorways and highways around here, isn't there? So there are still a bit of dry areas. And who is that? That's Kaz very much going off the circuit. Oh, goodness gracious me, that. Brooksy all over the back now of Jinner. Let's go with Jinner for the minute then. And Brooksy, because this is the battle for the final podium spot at the moment. Echo doing a great job to stay in front of Sloppy Seconds, who's doing an absolutely outstanding job in the Ferrari as well. Super soft, goodness me, I'm a couple of years beyond now. Kaz got another 3-second penalty. D-Mac now on the soft compound tyre, and also who's out in the pits? That's Echo in the pits. Echo's in the pits. I've done 70 laps on the intermediate tyres there. What tyres he got to go on then? And let's take a look then. Stopping second 6. It's soft tyres there for Echo. Goodness me. Is it too early though? We're finding out now. I hope he's gone. They're all coming in the pits then. I think it's very greasy out there, but let's see how this one goes then. They're all coming into the pits now. Marsky has very much done a very good job with the strategy so far. Soft tires then for everyone who's coming in the pits. Marsky and Super 6 have stayed out, and Dynamo down into the pits as well. Everyone is pouring into the pits, and so it must be ready for the dry tires. And I'm a silly fool. That's why I'm not a driver anymore, because I would still be out there on the. I'd probably still be out there on the wet tires, to be fair. Dynamo Dan then, who is Styles. Is Styles got past? No, he isn't. The pit lane. He's down the other side. But goodness me, how's he gone in front of Itemizer? As goodness gracious me, into the pits comes the Haas team as well. So serious mushrooms on the medium tyres here. As Itemizer, goodness me, that's quite surprising to me that both Aston Martins are they're so close together, and this is that's painful indeed then. And now the McLaren team were also servicing 2 cars as well. But Winnie, no disrespect to Winnie, but he is not important in this race at the moment because he's out of this one. Echo Let's take a look then. The gap is coming down then. We're on board with the race leader. Echo then 15.8 seconds is the gap. 15.8 seconds still. It's gone up to 15.9 there. But now then is, let's see then as he accelerates. Look at that, 15.7, 15.7, 15.7, still 15.6 now. 15.6, 15.5. It is coming down. It is coming down at every inch of the circuit. And Kiki, the pole sitter, is having a nightmare race there. Spins back around. And the gap is now, so he's almost lost a second here into the pits. DRS has now been enabled then, and usually I'll wait for that DRS sign to come out there. Stopping seconds into the pits now. Who's second? Well, TK's got a 3 second penalty. We still got some raindrops there on that. I think that's off the circuit. That is not from the sky. I don't think. I think the rain has now gone away then, and will come back another day. I'm sure of it. But for now, it is Echo who leads the Grand Prix in Singapore on lap 26 out of 31. He has driven a absolutely immaculate performance in that Alfa Romeo. He has called the strategy to perfection, Echo has, and is on the cusp of winning his first ever Grand Prix in bronze, his first ever Grand Prix in ALR. Oh, for Echo, but how is he going to manage these conditions? Jinner in third position with Brooksy in fourth. Now DRS has been enabled, but look, I feel that these conditions are now going to suit Jinner, I feel then, but let's see how Brooksy goes then. Out of the pits now comes Marsky, and Dynamo Dan, I think it's going to suit him, because look at that, he's found 2 seconds there. Marsky's gone off the circuit then, but I think he's okay. Yellow flag is out at turn 1. I think it's a ghost yellow flag, so we won't worry too much about that. But Dynamo done that. Look at this, and can he salvage himself and get up to fifth position? But this will be the second race in a row where Jinner is outscoring Dynamo done then. Duncan Dave has got past Swanshanks. Swanshanks is the last of the drivers coming. Vince has got a third on the final sector, flying. Dynamo down on the outside. That is a crucial this championship bit, that he does not want to be involved in any shenanigans. So, but Dynamo Dan is through and up into fifth position. A great recovery drive again from Dynamo Dan. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed in this one. Magnificent. Absolutely incredible. Gap at the front, 12.8 seconds at the moment. Jinner is 10 seconds away at the moment. Brooksy still within a second and still within DRS at the moment. As we now nudge to 9 o'clock UK time then. This is a long and grueling Grand Prix here in Singapore. We have had all of the elements. D-Mac has set the fast lap race. He will get the bonus point for the fast lap as long as he stays in the race, and he's doing a great job indeed. Brooksy is, well, there's me completely wrong then. I thought that Jinner would be quicker in the dry trim then, but he's certainly not at the moment, is there? As he is all over the back. Kiki's got a 5 second penalty and yellow flag as well then for Kiki. A nightmare race there, unfortunately. Farf, Echo, Dynamo, and D-Mac for driver of the day is Farf's, what's he saying? What am I saying? I don't know anymore. I am absolutely beside myself in this one. This has been Jinner, the champion, the man who's second in the championship, has got a 3 second penalty, and that's going to knock him down to 4th position here at the best at the moment. He needs to get on, doesn't he? Jinner does that, and he's going to be kicking himself after qualifying. He was on the front row of the grid with Donovan Dan down in 14th position. Now all of a sudden, then he is down in 4th position. He's only taken 2 points out of his championship rival. That is not enough. That is not enough at the moment, is it? That is, we are coming into the twilight of the Season 8 World Championship of ALR. Well, this is Season 5 of Bronze, isn't it? Get it right, Sean. Sort your life out. Echo, 4 laps to go. Echo is driven an absolutely imperious race so far. And I'm not saying anything more, though. I cannot say anything more because we know about my history, don't we? On board with Brooks, and he is going to be grinning from ear to ear. He knows that he does not need to overtake Jinner now to get that 3rd position. Well, I'm just trying to take a breath, to be honest. We got yellow flags because TK is off for coming out of, I think that's turn 10. It's sloppy seconds at the fast lap of the race. He's absolutely flying now. One of us a bit of warfare there for sloppy seconds to see if he could nudge Echo off his game then. But the gap is 11.5 seconds there, isn't it? As good as TK, unfortunately, dropping to the back of the field. Brooksy, who is still currently at the moment, is still in 4th position, but he will be 3rd at the end of this one. Then driver of the day vote is coming up momentarily. Back on board with Brooks at the moment. Then, so he could just stay here. He could be as happy as the day's long, can he? Because he's got a 13-second buffer between himself and Dynamite Dan. But he probably wants to take this one on track. Brooksy is a racer, isn't he? He wants to overtake this. He wants to overtake Jenner on track then, and certainly make a bold statement in the Bronze Championship. And that would certainly be a bolder statement than he could ever have imagined there. Oops, I broke my laptop. That's not good, is it? All right, then, as I'm just trying to get this driver of the day malarkey up. Then, with technology, it is just... it just really, confuses me as the day's long then. But yeah, driver of the day, but the driver of the day poll is coming in. Brooks all over the back once again. Yeah, as TK has got past Swanshanks as he comes out of the pits now. And I think the TK trying to get that fast up. Then Vintage all over the back of Duncan Dave. Itemizar is still behind Styles, and Styles in 7th position. Marsky in 6th. Great drive from Marsky. Dynamite Dan has not been able to catch. Dynamite Dan has not been able to leave Marsky at the moment, has he? So Echo at the moment now is driver of the day. 2 votes then for Echo. Then I'm not surprised, to be honest. His strategy has been absolutely fabulous. His driving in dry, wet or monsoon conditions there, he has been magnificent, hasn't he? Echo has. This is probably one of the most deserved drives, potentially deserves wins of his career. I'm not saying anything more than that. We know. So I am trying to keep Sturm as best I can here at this moment. But what an incredible race this has been there. I think that I said in Italy last week that that might be my favourite bronze race. Well, actually, I've loved this race there from start to finish. Even the time where I've been talking to myself as I was in the lobby on my own. And I do apologise profusely because we lost a lot of laps there whilst I didn't even realise I'm a fool. And I should have also probably looked in the comments as well. Shocking stuff indeed. 3 laps to go then to the end. Then Vintage all over the back now of Duncan Dave. I'm wondering if the soft tyres there are going to be able to last for the... Yeah, we've only got a couple of laps to go. But some of these soft tyres there might start to really struggle there. We've got Vintage, who's all over the back of Duncan Dave, and Duncan Dave is on as we got yellow flag then, and it is Kiki's miserable race. Unfortunately, he is so good in qualifying, Kiki is there, but he does struggle in the race, doesn't he? Unfortunately, we heard him say it as well, didn't we? Kiki said there he is so good in qualifying, but race trim he just seems to come undone, doesn't it? Unfortunately for the McLaren driver. On board then Vitamizar, who has been stuck behind Styles and Marsky, but Marsky is in DRS now with Donovan Dunn. Brooksy and Jinner are status quo, but Brooksy I don't think is going to force the issue too much here, is he? Because he has got the position, but Marsky, can he get himself up to 5th position there? Marsky's been a great performance here tonight as well. There is Dynamite Dan. Styles and Itemizer are also within striking distance as well here. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to need a shower after this one because I'm absolutely drenched there. And I don't think it's from the rain. I just think it's from my sweat glands there. No, because this has got me way too excited. This one has tonight, hasn't it? And now then is we're on the second to last lap here into the pits is one of the McLaren drivers again. Then I don't know which McLaren driver it is that on board with Vintage, who's all over the back now of Duncan Dave. This might be the battle for the final point of this race as well, because Sickers Muck has got 12 seconds of penalties here, and Vintage just having a look on the outside there, but Duncan Dave just keeping his line straight and true here. And there's that McLaren friends a lap down, straight and true here. So this is the battle for the final point of the race then for Vintage and Duncan Dave. So who is going to get it? And there's Kiki in the foreground now, who's trying to get a fast lap on field, but he's only got one more lap to do it. Then of course, as he is a lap down. Then Vintage down a look then, but once again struggling to get past. Then Marsky has dropped out of DRS range, but Itemizer is now pushing the envelope then on Stars. And can Williams get a double finish here tonight? TK has got the fastest lap point then, as we are now starting to approach like that part of the race there where they're doing some qualifying trim laps, aren't they? Great stuff indeed there. Vintage still cannot get past that. I'm wondering if he'll have a look down Raffles Boulevard then. He's 4/10 of a second away from Styles at the moment there, and look at that, and that's getting very close indeed. Those two drivers are. We're just having a look then. Oh, Vintage and slight contact there. We got yellow flag as one of the Alpines. And there's Itemizer. They were very close together. Itemizer and Stars was it. Itemizer's got damage there to the front wing here. Oh goodness me, as Itemizer, he's finished in the points in every single race he's taken part in so far. But he is going to be limping home now. And Serious Mushroom and Sickest Mug may be able to get some more points there on the board for themselves then. Sickest Mug then is going to have a look then, but Itemizer is going to have to defend this one there. Quite precariously as well. Echo has lost a lot of time all of a sudden. As the goodness gracious me, he's lost almost half his lead. You'll see in the background the Ferrari of Sloppy Seconds there, but here is Echo now. What an incredible performance there from Echo. Of course, he has never won a race, has he, in ALR Gold, Silver or Bronze he's participated in, but tonight he has certainly been on it. What a performance for Echo. He has judged the strategy to perfection there. He did not come in for the wet tires when it was absolutely raining cats and dogs there. He gained himself a pit stop. He used all of the skill he could muster in that Alfa Romeo. He has got bundles of it and now he exits the final corner and Echo wins the Singapore Grand Prix. His first race win of the season and his first race win of ALR, and he has done it. Look at him, he's absolutely punching the air with the light. Echo is there. What an incredible performance indeed there. Oh, absolutely magical stuff indeed. Swan Trains is up the session just as we finished off that. Absolutely magical stuff indeed there. Echo deserves this one, doesn't he? I think he's going to keep this Fernando Alonso inspired crash helmet here. What a magical race this has been there. And mega stuff indeed there for Echo. I'm very happy for the man indeed then. And he is going into the Easter break then, and I'm sure he's going to be full of delight as well. Look at this gap there, 20 seconds in the end between himself and Brooksy there. It was an absolute clinic in motor racing, wasn't it? For was it there? As we got one of the Aston Martins that spun around the Duncan Dave, which may cost himself unfortunately some points then. Vintage just outside the points in 11th finish there. So Sickest Mug just about got points in the end then after some shenanigans, which is very good stuff indeed for Sickest Mug then. But Vintage, and I wonder if Vintage got damaged then. Must have got damaged somewhere else then. But just on board with the victory lap then for Echo then. But yes, indeed, P2 Percy is saying P2. Brooksy is back then. What a drive from Percy, and I feel this is definitely his strongest performance of the season as well for Percy, and really well done indeed. This was a race about attrition. This was a race about getting to the finish. This was a race about knowing what to do, about being on the right tires at the right time. Goodness gracious me. Dynamo Dan saying that was ridiculously hard. Serious Mushroom still points. Why wasn't what was happening explained? I spent so much time paused there. I must admit I was quite confused as well myself, but I didn't realise that I was the one who left the session. But yeah, I think a lot of other people must have left the session as well then. But as you can see, the Alfa Romeo team are clapping, and they are going to be overjoyed with this result. And why shouldn't they be? It was an absolutely incredible assist there. Dynamo Dan wants his assist back next week. Yeah, I think that we apologise about that profusely, and that will be investigated, I think, after the race. I'm good to speak. The Alfa Romeo disappeared there. Let's take a follow look at the classification chart from the Singapore Grand Prix. Echo made 2 stops less than his rivals. That is what won him the Grand Prix. He was on the right tyre at the right time. That is how he got this win tonight. Brilliant performance there from Echo. Driver of the day as well so far. Brilliant. Somebody Don got a couple of votes as well, and he does deserve that. Brooksy, great drive to second today. Yes, and as Percy mentioned, yes, definitely. Jinner drive to third then, and he did extend his. He's narrowed the gap down by 3 points. Donovan Dan in fourth. Good drive from Donovan Dan with Marsky in fifth. Stars once again in sixth position. Great stuff. Item Mozart 7. Mushroom 8. Sickest Smoke from 9. Sloppy seconds in 10th position. Vintage 11. Duncan David 12. Vinny out of the race set. 14th is Kaz, TK 15th, D-Max 16th, Swan Shank 17th, 18th is Kiki. The other retirements there was, I've forgotten who they were. I think it was Collins and Prime out of this race and here in Singapore. Wow, well, that was an absolutely cracking race here tonight. I cannot even speak anymore. I am absolutely flabbergasted at that one. What an incredible race that was indeed. Hopefully we get a chat with the drivers before we go. But this gives me a good opportunity to cool off. Wonder where my squash bottle's gone because I kicked it miles halfway through that race because I got too excited. So I'm going to have to find out before before I go to bed tonight. Also, a quick one. Tomorrow night we do go into the land of the rising sun. Knowlesy is going to Japan a full week early to scout the track there. Of course, making sure that the track is up to standards for ALR and all that kind of jazz there. Also there he will be taking you through the 100% league as well. As Knowlesy said on Monday night, it's a lovely little preview, isn't it? Before we get into the league, before we get into the championship action, before we get into the championship action, when ALR returns out. Also not forgetting as well. Then we do our week's break then for Easter and all that kind of stuff. How do I invite? Uh, No, that's join the party. How do I invite to this party? Oh, thank you, Alex. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, you can tell that I don't really know. You know what? I've had this PlayStation 5 for I don't know, for a couple of for about a year now. I still don't know how to use the thing. There we go. You would have thought that I would have used it by now, but what can you do? And here they are then, two men who have driven a superlative race. They absolutely loved it indeed. Then let's go to the first time winner, and that is Echo. And Echo, what a performance tonight then. I put it down to being on the right target at the right time. I put it down to knowledge of Formula 1, and then, of course, staying and making sure that you keep your head in those trying times then. But talk us about that from your point of view.
You might put it down to knowledge. You might put it down to good strategy. I'll put it down to sheer luck. I'll be completely honest. I knew that the rain was going to end. I didn't realize it was going to get that heavy. And when people started pitting for wets, I was like, all right, maybe, a couple of laps, I'll be okay. Turns out, no, it was longer than that. And I was like, well, I'm in it for the long haul now. If I pit now, I'm off the podium. And then I noticed that it started getting lighter and lighter. And I was like, okay, this might work. This might work. And then people were struggling on the wets, and I was okay on the inters. And I was like, okay, this is going to work. It's going to work. And then I managed to pit at the right time. And like I say, I think it's a little bit of both. Let's be honest. I think it's a little bit of knowing Formula One and just pure luck.
Well, Charles, I disagree with the luck stuff, to be honest, because the fact is you made two pit stops less, which won you the Grand Prix, and everyone else in the field had everyone else in the field apart from Six as Muck came in the pits for those wet tires. So I would definitely say that wasn't luck, to be honest. That was being on the right tire at the right time and the sheer knowledge about what was going on. But yeah, you mentioned that when the rain was at its heaviest, and it was absolute monsoon conditions, and we've seen a couple of drivers coming for the wet tires there. Was you tempted to come into the pits? I know that you were saying that potentially you heard that the rain was going to stop, but when it was at its hardest, then how difficult was it to keep it on track?
It was very difficult, especially trying to not go into the back of anyone and not spinning off, causing an accident. I think there was a couple of times where I was close to pitting, but something in my head just said don't, because like I said, I knew it was going to get lighter, but I was so close to pitting. And I think about pitting, I don't think I would have gotten the podium because of the amount of time I spent on the inters.
And then, of course, when you seen that it all started to fall at your way, when did you realise that this win was on the cards? And when did you think that, hang on, this is going my way today?
The final corner, when I knew I was home safe and sound, because there could have been multiple times I could have caught my front wheels or broken my wings, spun. So I was just trying to. I don't know if you saw my lap times and like how quick those behind me were catching up, but you could probably tell I was taking it really, really easy until the last corner. I mean, I had this tiny inkling probably once, like with about 5 laps to go, but I didn't want to get it into my head like, oh, hang on, I'm gonna win, because I knew that if I say that out loud and I was thinking that too much, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna crash.
And now, because you also mentioned as well that your one target was to win the race this season, you've done that. So what's your next target then? Because you're also now in the promotion spots to get into silver. So, goodness me, Scott, the sky's the limit, isn't it?
I'm just gonna stick with the won't win for the season. I think, regardless of if the next game's gonna be on old gen or not, I think I'll always look back at this moment in the season and this moment in my ALR career as like my highlight. Obviously, yeah, now I've got one. Oh, I know I can win more, and I want to win more. But the the drivers in this league in all divisions and that are just absolutely brilliant, and I couldn't have asked for a better place to be. So, yeah, I'm hungry for more, but I'll just take this one for now.
Well, I reckon you're going to be like Mika Hakkinen now. You got one. I reckon it's the that you're going to break for that glass ceiling now. Well done indeed, Echo. Brilliant stuff on your first win here in Singapore. The hardest track of the season as well on this calendar. Fantastic. I think that Brooksy snuck in as well. Brooksy, Echo there. Echo's probably on cloud 9, and I don't think you're too far behind him. You're certainly on cloud 8 there. What a performance to get yourself into second position there tonight. Then it was a very measured and mature drive, but how difficult was it out there?
Oh, it was crazy. Freaking had Percy in my ear again as per. So he helped me. He just told me to relax because I had a penalty. And then I was another warning away from getting another penalty. And then I saw Jenna get another penalty as well. So it was all one of those ones of just taking my time, taking care.
And I'm very worried to hear that someone has scored behind you, haven't they? And I'm really hoping it's the red team.
Yeah, Chelsea's just scored.
Who's that?
Chelsea.
Oh, that's it. End the stream. I'm done. Right. No. Anyway, and also, of course, you said that Percy is very Percy, of course, a multiple Grand Prix winner in gold as well. Then, and that sounded like it really edged you on then. But when you got that penalty, how difficult is it not to get like spiral out of control? Because you know that Jinner had a penalty in front of you. How difficult was it there just to keep your concentration?
It's just braking a lot earlier than normal because I was close to his car, so it was braking close, and it's like stop trying to cut the corner. That's how I got the first penalty, and then obviously Ginner's quick, so it's trying to get past him at the same time. It weren't working, so like Lucas said, just be patient, and then I got the reward in the end.
This is your first podium of the season as well. I think that it's been a very trying season. Of course, the best result you had, I think, was in Hungary with fourth position. But like I've said with Echo, I think that you can have a very strong end of the season. We're going to Japan in a couple of weeks' time. Then is this break come a good time for you, or do you feel that you'd rather just kick on now and get the rest of the season done?
Kick on and go. I was hoping there's not a break, but it is. It took 17 races, so hopefully I'll get more.
I hope you do as well. Well done today, guys. I'm actually overjoyed for both of you. Well done to Brooks here with a great second position today. He is back. Well done to Echo, who's broken through the glass ceiling as well. As I said, he's our Mika Hakkinen. Can he get some more races wins under his belt then? And that is going to be it for me. So happy Easter, everyone. I am now going to be. I'm not going to be hibernating. I'm probably going to be in a bath full of chocolate, probably, because I can't contain my appetite. But Nosey will be going to Japan and tomorrow night to give us a preview of what is to come for gold, silver and bronze, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. Happy Easter, everyone. Knowlesy will be taking you through tomorrow, but it's goodbye from me, it's goodbye from Echo, and it's goodbye from